What is going on, everybody? I know this is normally Coffee with Dudes, but I wanted to just pop on and record a little bit of a podcast today. Brief one on meaning. So I was actually on a walk and I was thinking about like my life and different things, right? And how basically, every action that we take in life creates some sort of result, right? And those results we tend to attach some sort of meaning to or some sort of story. Like let's say a negative result, right? A negative result, maybe you attach, I think, like I'm a failure, I suck, or I'm not good at this, or I don't deserve this, I don't deserve to achieve this goal that I'm going after. We tend to attach like these really drastic, heavy meanings to negative results that we get or things that we deem as negative results. And positive and neutral, I was just thinking back, and it feels like, for me at least, I don't know if other people are different, but I don't really attach as much of like a result that aligns with those positive results. It's more or less how that's supposed to happen. I don't really think about it as much. Instead of, when we have a negative end result, it's like, oh, this huge negative thing that probably pushes us farther back or, deters us from taking that same action again. Whereas when we do something positive or we create a positive end result in our life, or we have a habit that we continue to do or that we are building and we're doing it, we just think of like, that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? And instead of like, awesome job, like, I'm awesome, I'm doing great at this, I'm getting better, right? And it's kind of interesting how that works, right? Because I've thought about, it's almost like a compound. It's like we do something and it creates a negative result, and then we don't go after that thing as hard, or we like are hesitant to create that action again, when a lot of times like we're in that learning process of doing a thing. Or it's like you, in the health and fitness realm, you're trying to lose weight and you've told yourself, or you've made this promise to yourself, you're going to work out 3 times a week, and you miss one of those workouts and you just do 2. Well, that is like I'm a failure. It's the end of the world. It's, I suck. I don't even deserve to go at this goal. I don't deserve to lose the weight, when really it's like, oh, you were doing 0 workouts before. 2 is a lot better than 3. Maybe you continue going at 3. And if you find that 2's like what you end at, then maybe that's like a reevaluating of the goal. Right. But also it's like, great job. Like I did 2 more workouts than I normally did. And if we can, attach a new meaning to that. And it's like, I'm in sales, and there's a lot of no's that you get in sales. And I've been struggling recently with partially this, where it's like, I think that every time I leave a home and I didn't come up with a sale, that I'm deeming myself a failure, or I'm deeming myself that I, oh, you're not supporting your family. Right. And all of these things deter me from getting better. And just even looking at the positives from it, because I'm taking one negative thing, which is the end result, when maybe this thing was not possible to sell, right? Or maybe it wasn't even ethical to sell this. Like this person like couldn't afford it, or whatever it was. Maybe any sales rep could go in there and wouldn't have been able to sell that person on Windows or whatever the product is. And yet I'm still deeming myself a failure because of that end result, when I did a million things great, and I followed the process perfectly, and I created a great connection with this person, and it was a lot of fun, and I like enjoyed myself, right? I'm still deeming myself like, oh, you suck, or you this, right? And it's just not beneficial, right? It's not beneficial to move us forward. And so many times it takes so many reps at things to actually create more positive results. Right. But if we gauge our progress on that end result instead of like the process or all of the million amazing things that we did that help us move forward, we're just going to be spinning our wheels. Right. We're not going to actually be able to move forward in the way that we can. And so one thing that I was doing on this walk is I was like, oh, what are the different meanings that I attach to different things in my life? And I think that's the first step, is like becoming aware of it, because it's so, like, I haven't thought about this for a long period of time, but it is something I've thought about in the past. And it's something that we can take control of. And we just have to be aware of what we're doing in the first place and the different meanings that we're placing on end results in the first place. And then we can start to be more mindful and start to actually pick them apart. And it's like, okay, I did this. Oh, I'm starting to go down this road of self-pity and rumination on this end result, and then deem myself as not worthy or not good enough when it's just not. It's like, okay, like let's back up. Let's give ourselves a little bit of space and let's attach a true meaning to this, and a true meaning that is going to actually help me move forward, not one that's going to lower my self-esteem or lower the chances that I take an actual like effort action in the first place. Because a lot of times we can put in our best foot and our best effort and not get the result that we are hoping to get. And in that situation, like, the meaning that we should attach is like, you give it your all. Like, you can't do anything else. Like, you can control certain things, but you can't necessarily control the outcome in things. You can control the habits. You can control the little process things that you do, the little actions that you do. You can control how you show up and the attitude that you have, but you can't control the end result, right? You can just try to get better and use everything as a learning thing. And you can attach that meaning. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting better. Look at what you did a week ago. If you're trying to lose weight, it's a process, right? And a lot of times, Matt and I have talked about so many times that it's so easy to try to do everything all at once, to compare yourself to other people and try to take every little thing that they've done to get to where they are over the course of 15 years and try to throw that into 6 weeks, right? And it just doesn't work, right? And then what you do is you attach a meaning of, I'm not, this isn't for me. I'm not good enough. I suck. I'm never going to achieve this goal. And when you do that, you never help yourself. You never move forward. But what if you did things that were manageable? You met yourself where you're at. You had like 1 or 2 habits that you're working on, and you just gave yourself like the grace and gave yourself a meaning on this, that you're putting in your best effort and you're getting better. And, you put all of these different measurement tools out there of, measuring your body and your weight and your, how you feel, and that improves over time. And those are things that you can attach a positive meaning to, that, guess what? Yes, I'm moving towards my goal. Like, I'm getting better at this. Like, this one habit is now it's just second nature. You don't think about it. It's unconscious. Like, awesome. Now I can build on that. I can do more of it, or I can add a new habit in. Like, all of this stuff is huge, and it's crazy. Like, I just wanted to pop on and Matt doesn't even know I'm recording this, but just wanted to record a little something that hopefully helps people out there. Like, be aware of what you're doing. At least be aware of the meaning that you're attaching to things. And maybe you don't have a problem with this. Maybe you're somebody who is attaching positive meanings to things, or positive meanings to outcomes that aren't what you were hoping to achieve. I wouldn't even say like negative outcomes. It's like you're gonna fail at stuff. Just because you fail at stuff doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that you're learning and you're growing. And there's a positive meaning that we can take from every single thing that we do. And it's just about being aware of what you're doing currently and the meanings you're attaching to it. Now we notice it. Now we can change the narrative and start attaching positive meanings to everything that we do to help ourselves move forward. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. Again, all we ask from you guys, if you do enjoy the podcast, make sure you subscribe or follow so that you don't miss any future episodes. We drop them every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Arizona time, which is currently in the mountain time, but will change to Pacific Standard Time here soon. And then if this podcast was helpful for you personally, just share it with somebody who you think could benefit from it. I think this is one that a lot of people could benefit from. I know I'm going to come back to it time and time again to remind myself that I need to attach positive meanings to things. I appreciate every single one of you guys listening to the pod or watching it every single week, whatever you consume it. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. I'll be talking to you soon.